There's movies about a lot of things. One thing, obviously, having to do with countries and how they deal with terrorism, but it's also about a man who keeps doing the same thing and getting the same result. And you get this feeling that he can't stop, you know, and he really feels like he's trying to do the right thing, and I think he is actually. But the world isn't really going along with his way of, you know, taking care of the bad guys. He gets at the humanity of these stories that usually are told in quite inhuman way, I think. This is really a humane and human story about governments and spy organizations, which is usually kind of told in a more flashy romantic style, and there's nothing romantic about this. He's trying to find a way to get at the big guy, the guy that's truly, you know, the puppeteer that's truly making everyone kind of blow themselves up, or bombs on the side of the street or whatever, what have you, and that we've seen, you know, for a while now. And he thinks all the other guys below that main group, are people that are, you know, are stuck. Like, you know, he has empathy, a lot of empathy for the people that are helping those guys. He diverges from the other groups, the other countries, and he has a way of going about what he thinks will be the best way, and he runs, you know, the drama is him running into all the obstacles and roadblocks that are thrown in his way. He heads a terrorist organization in Germany that's stationed in Hamburg, and and it's a very small group that's not really well funded, and they're there. The government has them there to go do the really dirty work. He was a kid, and his father obviously was a rich oligarch, and you know, who did a lot of awful things to the Chechens, and that's how this kid was born. And it's very clear that he kind of grew up wealthy and realized, when he was cognizant enough to realize it, that money was all around him and creating such comfort came at the expense of the death of his young mother. And once he realized that, he was a young kid, and he started, you know, joining organizations that did little terrorist acts here or there, and he got put in jail for it. They are two spies from two different countries who don't trust each other, but there's a bond because that's what they do. There's something about her that's very Bachman in the American female sense. She's quite focused, and you don't really realize that until the end, you know, that she's probably better than him. He sees her not as an innocent victim. He sees her as somebody who's made some choices that he thinks are pretty clumsy, and are only going to hurt people and not help people, actually, even though she works for an organization that helps, you know, immigrants, you know, legal immigrants that come into the country. She's there to support them. He's just an artist, you know. I mean, that's who he is. He's a photographer, and he's an artist, and he looks at everything in a very unique way, and you just kind of trust that he's gonna make something special. He trusts people to do what they need to do, you know? And so if I need to go to him for help, he'll give what he can, but he also will let me do what I need to do to get to kind of get where I need to go. He just doesn't get in your way, and in fact, he lets you run with the ball. beautiful film. It's a beautiful, beautiful looking film, and I mean that was no question. But the way he's put it together, now finally seeing it, it's just is a terrific job, and I think that's because he has a big heart, and his artistic sense is really sharp, and his trust of other people is complete. This is like one of those films. It's like if you don't somehow get shaken out of your kind of staid kind of view of things by this story, I don't know what would, because this one, it shakes you hard, and I think anyone watching it, with open eyes and an open mind will cause great discussion afterwards.
Karpov, Isa. Classified as an escaped militant jihadist.
We're spies. Isa Karpov may be of value to us. All I'm asking for is more time. That's why we're here.
If this kid lets off a bomb, it's in your hands.
It takes a minnow to catch a barracuda to catch a shark.
I'm a lawyer. This is criminal.
Sit the fuck down. You've crossed the line. You're on their side now.
I'm frightened. I'm not your spy. I can't do this anymore.
There's no going back for any of us.
You're threatening me.
Watch your back.
Word is the Americans are taking an interest.
You know what I need? I'm gonna care for hello.
Hello?
Every good man has a little bit of bad, doesn't he?
I give you Isa. What's next? What will you do to him? So what do you want?
To make the world a safer place. Isn't that enough?
誰よりも狙われた男